Thanks for the roses, Brendo.
I think our estate saw struggling with this treated plywood.
You mean it's not a quality piece? Alright, so working on the floor of the box.
89, half of 89.
We're back out here. It's Monday.
42.
I got this done the other day when I wasn't out here. I got all the tread plate cut. It's just not welded on there yet. Just because I wanted to make sure it was all good, but just so they can do all the wiring and everything and take that off instead of having to wire and everything around it. So Brad's working on putting the flooring in now. Alright guys, so this piece is in. But everything cut, it's not all screwed down or anything. He said he's not going to make anything 100% permanent until all the wiring is done. So it's in. Now they're fixing to cut the other piece for right there. So y'all watched them put that in there, and now let's get some boards in.
Is there a gap between yours? Yeah. How big is the gap? Pretty good gap. Wow, let me check it
right. Alright guys, so we got the front bar in. They also got this top bar in here. Now they're getting the bar in where the door's gonna be. It seems like they're making pretty good progress out so far. Telling y'all guys, this is about 20 minutes worth of work. They are getting at it tonight. They got that bar in there, got all those bars in there as well as that cut out. They're boot scooting tonight. I might have this box done. I'm ready for some sheet metal. Looking like a trailer. Alright guys, so I think we're finishing up for the night. This is where we're at, pretty much where I showed in the last video. They just went around welding everything, so pretty much still in the same state. I think we're at a hold pattern until we get some more tubing, right, and some sheet metal to finish this blocks and some roof and whatever we decide to go there. Yep. So this is the current state of the trailer. Let me get out of his way. Current state.
Don't know which way I'm gonna go. I don't know if I want to put a aluminum roof, like a race car aluminum, or if I want to put a one-piece like camper type roof on it, like you guys seen us do a couple of summers ago on our camper, the PVC type material. I don't know which route I want to go there. I'm gonna have to sit down and look at it. I know the camper type roof would be a lot lighter, but I really think they're going to be about the same price as far as cost goes.
And it's one piece. You're not going to have any rivets or anything like that in the middle of it.
So, and I don't want any rivets on the side panels either. I want to do 3M tape, stick it up there, and be done with it. I don't want.
Do you think that's going to hold?
Yeah, why wouldn't it?
Okay.
That's how they do all the big stackers and fancy trailers and all that. They do the double-sided tape. They don't get the cheap stuff though. I don't know what you was looking up a minute ago, but that sounded really cheap.
Oh, I don't know what I was looking up. I just put in double-sided tape.
Well, you gotta have the good stuff. I mean, it's gotta be the 3M. So, but I don't want any rivets on the side. I want to keep it all smooth, looking good. And like Dallas said, I gotta get one more piece of steel. I was one stick short. We gotta run another cross brace over here, and then we gotta run for our AC. We'll have to run 2 right there, and then we gotta run some braces down on the front there, and then go back and put a perimeter of horizontal braces around about 4 foot high. The box will pretty much be framed up and be done. So I was one stick short, like I said.
Miscalculated once again.
That was pretty good though for 5 o'clock in the morning, wasn't it?
Miscalculated once again.
Pretty good though for 5 o'clock in the morning and not having any idea on.
Miscalculated once again.
Pretty good for 5 o'clock. and not having any plans or nothing, just pulling it up off the top of my head. So I think I done pretty good.
Okay. All right, quit tooting your horn.
And once we get that piece of steel, I'll probably try to go get that Friday. Try to get that Friday. And we'll see about the sheet metal. I don't know when we can get it. There ain't nobody around here that's got it no more, so it's a good little haul for us to go get it. Probably have to go back to Doug's again, which is about 2.5 hours for us. So it's it'll have to be on a Friday or a weekend or something. So we'll see. Like I said, right now we're at a good spot. We've made a lot of progress. And it's starting to get cold, so somebody's griping that the big doors are open. So we've got
look, I got snot running out of my nose already.
So I'm happy to be where I'm at though. I wanted to get it as close as I could to being to this stage. That way we didn't have to have the big door open, cutting all this metal and everything. So
I'm ready to crank up the barrel heater.
And I'm sitting over here pouring sweat. So.
And he's in shorts. I'm in sweatpants, furry shoes, thick socks, sweatshirt.
And I'm pouring sweat. That's the story of my life. But anyways, that's I guess that's gonna wrap us up probably for this week, more than likely.
Yeah. Warmth.
We'll take a couple of days off and hit it back whenever we get another piece of tubing. And once we get that piece of tubing, then I can actually get the trailer up off the ground. Check out that. What is that? Is that a grasshopper?
Just a grasshopper. Don't get too excited. You thought it was a huge spider.
I thought it was a spider. But
there was a really big one in here.
Anyways, once we get the roof bracing done, then I'll be able to get it jacked up off the ground and we can start running the wiring. The wiring is what's holding us from welding all the tread plate and attaching the plywood permanently. So I'm just waiting to get the wiring done, but once I get all the welding up top done, then I can jack it up off the ground. That way we can kind of get up under it and get to everything. So
this box is going to be just about as big as it was on our other trailer, ain't it?
No.
Not quite as tall.
No, it's 2 foot big. It's 2 foot smaller too.
It don't look like it's tons smaller.
The other trailer we had was 8 foot wide, 8 foot long, and
I remember it being a lot longer.
8 foot tall.
Yeah. It's going to be a good sized box though.
Yeah, I mean, which this area right here, this is strictly for the four-wheeler.
That's why that door is going to be so big.
Yeah, and then that back corner is going to be the spring smasher, and then the toolbox will be right here. So, like I said, I didn't plan on putting an air conditioner on it, but it's built so big, and we had to build it so big in order to get the four-wheeler. I didn't want to put the four-wheeler in the back of the truck, so that's why I built it as big as I did. And in order to build it that big, I mean, yeah, this right here is head level right now, but you got to think the trailer's going to be up about a foot more off the ground when you're hooked to the truck and the trailer. So, I mean, you should be able to just step right on up in it and not hit your head. I'm sure I'll hit my head.
And your dad. Y'all will definitely hit your heads.
And so, yeah, I'm still planning on cutting this section right here out for a door to put our t-shirts underneath. That might come at a later date though. Just trying to get it finished up right now. So.
And at least we have a box big enough to where if it rains or if it's super hot, super cold, we've got somewhere to get in and out of the weather. Yeah. That was the thing about the enclosed that we really like, was just having somewhere to get in, especially having kids, or kid, but sometimes kids go with us. So it'd be nice to get them out of the weather.
It's I still got to go get a plate for the winch. I'm gonna mount the winch right there. I need to go get a plate for it. Which the winch should be, well, I'll have to build a little small box over it. I know you can leave them out in the weather and all, but I would rather just fab up a little small sheet metal box or something to keep it out of the weather and keep it dry.
So nothing's going right there in the middle though. That's going to stay open like that, or? I'll
probably put something. I think we got some expanded metal down there.
Oh, I think about expanded metals, it's so sharp.
Yeah, it's sharp, but
man, we'll have to look at something, but I don't know about no expanded
probably
metal.
For right now, nothing will be there for right now.
I'd rather nothing be there than expanded metal.
So, I don't know. Well, like I said, we're trying to get it to where we can use it.
Yeah.
The main thing. If I got to add something to it here or there, that's no big deal. But the main thing is just getting it roadworthy.
Yeah, where we can pull a race car.
Yeah.
Because we got nothing to pull a race car with right now.
And I mean, truth be told, if it came down to it, I could weld all that on there real quick and throw some paint on it and throw the axles, pull it out, throw the axles under it, and if it was wired, it'd be ready to go technically, but I don't want to do that. I don't want it out in the weather and it being bare metal and everything. So get the roof on it, get the sheet metal around it. That's when that's when it's going to be okay for now. Okay.
So we're just a couple of weeks out. Hopefully.
That's my accountant.
I don't know.
We're looking at 2, 4, 6, 7 sheets of metal, roughly.
Last time we checked, it was like $85 a sheet, wasn't it?
It was right at 100.
Thought it came down a little bit.
Yeah, I think
I think we paid like $85 or $80 for it.
Yeah, it might have. So roughly 7 sheets. If we go with the one-piece roof, we're looking at what, $200 for that material, plus you'll have to put Luan. So whatever 2 sheets of Luan costs, I think
Luan's pretty cheap.
Are they? I thought they was like $80 a sheet.
I don't think so. I think it's pretty cheap.
Okay, well, maybe they're cheap.
Yeah, there wasn't no $80 sheet. I can guarantee that.
Okay, well, maybe they are. I can't remember. That's been too long ago.
Yeah.
So whatever we decide there, if we do that, we'll go with that material and some Luan, or it'll be 2 more sheets of metal.
You know, the good thing about it, the plus is we know we're putting air conditioner so we can insulate it.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll actually cool. Where that enclosed trailer, that air conditioner did nothing but use gas because it felt good right under it. But if you were anywhere out from under it, it didn't feel.
I haven't thought about that.
Yeah. So somebody has already asked kind of where you're at as far as finances in this thing. Where are we at? Roundabout.
Right now, I want to say we're around $3,000 to $3,500, somewhere in that area.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking it's going to be somewhere around $5,000 when we're done, which is still much cheaper than it would be to buy one.
If you went and bought one just like this, I guarantee you'd spend every bit of $15,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the ones that are $3,000 to $5,000 used
are trash.
They're nothing.
Yeah.
They're basically just standard car trailers, and
with mobile home axles or something crazy like that.
And then you gotta put another $2,000 or $3,000 in it to make it what you want. So,
it's like a cat climbing a tree.
Is that what
It sounds like.
So, we're definitely coming out to the better, building it ourselves. And
even though $5,000 sounds like a lot,
it's $5,000.
It's on that roof over there.
$5,000 is a lot, but it's $500 here, $500 there. It's not $5,000 at one time either.
And that's kind of like if we had everything if we had the money to have bought everything in the very beginning, you probably could have already been done. But it's just kind of been we got to wait till we've got the money for this and that, which is
Patreon helps a ton.
Yes,
so if you're not signed up on Patreon helps out tremendously.
Yes.
Just about the last 3 months, last 2 months, Patreon payouts have went to this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, by no means has that been the $3,000, but
not even a dent in it, but it's helped.
Yeah, every bit of the Patreon money has went to this. So, if you're not signed up over there, head over to Patreon. Links in the description below. We try to give Patreon some inside scoops and some things ahead of time, and everybody seems to enjoy it that's over there. So, head over there.
Yeah.
Quick little what is that? A pitch.
Yeah. And like at the off season, you never know. Stuff happens in the off season that people on YouTube don't see until March, April, until the car comes out or whatever it is. So those guys will probably see things like months in advance. So.
And we had over on Patreon, we've got one person that just signed up, last week, I believe?
Yeah.
That's quoted as our team member account over there, and that was Michael Hyatt. So I do want to say we appreciate him, and that's part of the team member tier there, is you get shout outs in our social media and our videos and all that. So if you want to hear your name or whatever, go over there, hit that button. If you want to be on the car, we've got what is it? A
250, I think.
Is it a crew member? Is that what
I can't remember what we have titled it.
It's another.
There's all kinds of different tiers. So, you're looking at whatever you can afford. But the $100, when you look at the grand scheme of things, is $25 a week. So.
Right. So and it's greatly appreciated, and
yes,
that will definitely come in handy here in the next couple months with this. Like I mentioned in the last video, we've added some new stuff to the Amazon wish list. People was wanting us to add more racing parts, and unfortunately with Amazon there's not very many racing parts on Amazon. We can put our oils and our fluids, and we're greatly appreciative to all the people, just like I said in the last video, that have sent us fluids and oils and everything. But luckily the new car that we kind of sneak peeked in one of the videos prior to this, there is racing parts for those on Amazon. So we've added a bunch of race car parts for that car on the wish list. So if you want to help out with that, head over to the wish list and you can see more about that.
Another question that, since we're answering questions real quick, another question that I've seen come up multiple times is, what are we doing next year? So some people have seen the little surprise car over here. And I have told them when they've asked, you know, about what our plans were, but kind of tell them our plans, like what are we doing first, and then, you know, kind of the steps we'll take.
Well, obviously, I mean, our first steps is to finish this. If we don't have this, we don't go to the racetrack.
Right.
So we got to get the trailer finished up, got to get it finished to be able to pull a race car. Once we get the trailer finished up, we're going to start to work on the capital, get the capital buttoned up, go through it, check anything that needs to be situated as far as replaced or whatever we feel, get it buttoned up, probably try to find a motor for it. We're going to go the crate route, obviously.
That's another big question we've had a lot. What motor?
Yes, I mean, it'll be a crate motor. We'll determine all the details about that later on.
Because we don't know yet.
Yeah, I mean, we really don't know. So when we get a motor for that, then we're going to start on the modified. Well, I guess I just told the secret there. So there it is. There's your secret. But
as we can afford it.
Yes, or unless people support the wish list, whatever. I mean, if we start getting parts rolling in for that, and our Patreon grows huge. Yeah, I mean, all that is subject to change. And as far as that car goes, it's got a lot of work that I want to do to it. Like as far as the rear clip goes, I'm gonna completely start fresh on the rear clip. I don't like it. So
that'll be some interesting content.
That'll be some more video. That'll be some more fabricating videos for you guys to see. I've never been around a modified, but I still don't like it. So, well, I mean, I've been around a modified a time or two, but I don't know much about them. I know a little bit about 3 links because that's kind of what I started in. Was that old Thunder class was 3 links, and it had a solid top bar. So, and after I built my car to the solid top link 3-link suspension, my car was pretty good. So I feel like I can improve that car down there a lot more than what it is right now. So
we know a guy that has a modified that can help us out a little bit with information.
Yeah, there's I think we'll be all right with it. So we'll get it figured out. But like I said, there's definitely some things I want to change up on it and redo my way. May not be the right way, but I want to do it my way. And like I said, if we find a motor and all that stuff starts rolling good, then we'll get started on that. Or if wish list and Patreon takes off, then we'll get started on that too. So it's all just going to depend on that. And there is some plans that I want to do outside of racing. I want to kind of work on something outside of racing. I'm not going to say a whole lot about that right now, but finding time and the finances and all that for that is going to be difficult. It's going to be definitely time consuming. So we may not even get to race very much next year. I mean, I say that every year, but truthfully, I would love to be able to work on this other project that I've got.
And we've kind of been saying for the last couple of years, because the way the racing has been going is, the fun is not as much fun as it has been. So we have actually talked about scaling back a little bit and not racing every single week.
Well, I think the fun factor, getting back to
our roots.
Getting back to our roots, something that we know well. And then looking at the modified, I don't feel like the modifieds is, I'm not saying they're not as important, because they are, but I don't feel like a modified would be a 7-day-a-week job as much as what the late models are.
Yeah.
Yes, there's still a upkeep, there's still a job, but I don't feel like it's, with the solid 3, I feel like they got the rules right with that class, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
For the working person. So, that's where we're at there. We'll ideally, I'll kind of give you a little inside scoop. My ideal situation would be to have a motor to where I could swap them between the late model and the modified back and forth. That's ideal. I hope the economy brings them back down.
Mm-hmm.
Because the last crate motor I had, when I sold it for what you can buy a used 602 for now. And the 604s have doubled in price from when I had one. So
we paid what, $6,500 for a used one? $5,000 for a used one. Now a used one's $10,000.
And sold it for $5,000. So it's I hope the economy is going to look better, maybe after the first year, and maybe some of that stuff will start coming back to where it needs to be.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so we're going to button up this video. We hope you guys have enjoyed this. We didn't really plan on going in that much depth with everything, but I've seen questions multiple times on the last couple of YouTube videos asking those questions that we just went over, so I wanted to address those. But we appreciate all of you guys watching. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe. Check us out on all different social medias. We're on all of them. I'm not gonna say that here because, you know, all of our partners: Warp Speed Performance Parts, Apparel Co, Fatdaddys Crew out of Lafayette, Indiana, Penske Racing Shocks, Gorsuch Performance, Stop Tech Brakes, Penske Racing. I done said Penske, PPM. I got too many P's. It gets confusing. WJI Enterprises, Cornwell Tools. Appreciate him. Appreciate all those guys. BB Designs. We couldn't do any of this without him. He does all of our designs as far as t-shirts. He does our logo designs. He does our wraps. He does all of our sticker work. We'll say that. But we appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Huh?
You're gonna get tough.
Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. We'll see you back out here at some point.